It is a program on a mission to hear, support, and empower teens and young adults who are transitioning out of foster care on their own journey to self-sufficiency.
Now, those behind Foster Success say it's critical that young people moving out of the foster care system be equipped with the tools necessary for independence. Joining us this morning is Travis Tester. He's the Chief Development and Communications Officer for Foster Success. And Travis, we invited you today here specifically to talk about the upcoming event, Friendsgiving, sort of an awareness and fundraising thing. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so Foster Success, for those who don't know, you just heard our mission, but we're the only statewide nonprofit working with these teens and young adults. And Friendsgiving is our annual awareness and fundraising campaign that really supports these young adults throughout the holidays. For us, most of us are going to be spending those times with our family and friends. But unfortunately for our young people, that is not always the reality, and they're spending those holidays alone.
I wonder then, an event of this magnitude, of this nature, has to be so important, so special to them, knowing that they're surrounded by, they may not have the traditional family lifestyle, but surrounded by people who care.
Absolutely. And that's what Foster Success tries to be.
Yeah.
We become those supportive adults in their lives. And by extension, our donors and volunteers are now part of that network and supportive adults family for these young people.
You used the term awareness. Now, part of this event is actually, and correct me if I'm wrong, kind of putting ourselves in the role of somebody who's aging out of the foster care system.
Absolutely. So tomorrow evening, our event, Breaking Down Barriers with Opportunity Passport, that is one of our financial literacy programs. And what our participants and guests will be able to experience are these different barriers that our young people experience every single day as they're navigating through life towards self-sufficiency. But what makes it extraordinarily unique is that we actually will have young people present, and they will be running these simulations with our guests. So they're going to bring in their own experiences. They're going to talk about these different barriers and what it means to them and how they navigated them.
I bet that brings in a whole new perspective, right?
Absolutely, because we can't put ourselves in those shoes, right?
Do you have an example of one of these simulations?
I sure do. Okay. So meet Annalise. So Annalise is a composite of many of our young people's experiences. But Annalise, so here's one of our barriers, right? She needs a vehicle. She is a young woman who recently aged out of the foster care system. Her place in foster care, she was placed in foster care because her parents were deported. She works part-time at a local Mexican bakery. She has an old car that she's sharing with her partner, and it is continually breaking down. So it's not even reliable at this point. She wants to participate in our Opportunity Passport program so she can purchase a reliable vehicle, which creates and opens so many opportunities for her. But the barriers that she's encountering as she's doing this is that car insurance. We all know car insurance for an 18-year-old is extraordinarily expensive. She can't afford that as an 18-year-old on her own with no supportive adults to put her on their plan. Her boss won't give her any additional hours because she thinks she's unreliable, and she doesn't have vital documents to get a good loan or to be able to save money. And then finally, she's going to have to go to a buy here, pay here lot, which does not help her build any credit whatsoever, and interest rates are going to be high.
These are the types of stories that are shared so we can really get a sense and understand what they're going through, and then in turn see what we can do to help make something happen, which is a big part of this event.
You think about those of us that were lucky enough to have a family, and I was a grown man, really, a young grown man. How many times did I call my father and ask for help? I mean, plenty of times.
Exactly. So, I remember making my first dentist appointment. I was like, what do you do? So we become that, and our supporters are part of that extension.
Makes all the difference. Well, we appreciate you here. QR code on the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Travis Tester.
There you go.
Right now, though, let's check out America's Steals and Deals.